Hi, it's Cellular Lourdes today. How are you? Uh, well, look, I'm doing my hair. I thought I could do two things at one time, multitask. So taking the braids out now. You might see me with a wig. Sometimes you might see me, with my hair crazy. You might see me. I might decide I want to blow dry it and flat iron it or whatever. So anyway, I thought I would get up here and I want to talk about something. Now, all this, craze now, Kanye West, uh, you know, uh, everyone's going cuckoo over his statement with, about slavery was a choice and all of that. And I don't know, I might have to break these, I'll probably do a couple of videos. If you know how I do, I might, 1 month, I might, put out a couple of videos, and then the next month I might not, it just depends. So anyway, but I want to get to, what Kanye, all of that. I want to get to that. But, I asked myself, I said, well, where do I want to start? And I'm like, I got to start at the top. First of all, I want to give a shout out. Shout out. I want to, I want to say something about Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club. Okay? I got to say something about that. I mean, if you didn't see the interview, okay? If you didn't see that interview, you need to go see it. You need to look at that interview because the way Charlamagne, the way he did that video, the interview with Kanye, it was outstanding. Outstanding. Do you hear me? Outstanding. Now, I'm going to let you know, whoever is giving him a paycheck, they need to give him a bigger paycheck. Okay? They need to give him a bigger paycheck because he interviewed a man, Kanye West. Yay. I call him Yay. See, I'm older than them guys. But he interviewed Yay, who at his own admission said he cannot be managed. Okay? He cannot be managed, right? This is what Yay said. He cannot be managed. But yet, Charlamagne, he managed to get through an almost 2 hour interview with a man that can't be managed. Okay, and the reason, I want you to see that interview. And in my opinion, that interview, the way Charlamagne, the God, conducted that interview with Kanye, yay. It was so astounding because he was right there. I mean, the way he was right there with he was right there with him. You understand what I'm saying? He wasn't sitting there, my eyes kind of watering. He wasn't there judging him, He wasn't doing any of that. He was right there, his heart and soul. And as a result, in that interview, you could see that Mr. West, at this time, I'm going to call him Mr. West. you could see in that interview that he was telling his heart and his soul. He gave that heart and soul interview to Charlamagne, okay? And there were times that Charlamagne could have, he could have, jumped up and got offended. Oh, you think you number one? He could have done that, but he didn't, okay? Because he wasn't sitting there judging him. You understand? He wanted to hear Mr. West and what he had to say. And so for that, Charlamagne, whoever is paying you, go ask them. You tell them I'm gonna need a raise. Okay, now I've listened to Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club every now and then, when I have a chance. But this interview was astounding. This was the best interview that I've seen, because Charlamagne had some type of purity about him in that interview. It's almost like, you could see that he had love, or that he had that care and that trust. And Kanye, I know Mr. West felt that. And because of that, he was able to give him that heart. And if you listen to the whole thing, they trying to break it up in bits and pieces of what he said here and what he said there. And all those bits and pieces are things where Charlamagne could have, he could have jumped up. Okay. Now, on the other hand, oh boy, Van Lathan from TMZ. What in the world? Anyway, I hate to do comparisons, but sometimes you just have to. You just have to do these comparisons, because I'm trying to show you how Charlamagne's interview was so outstanding. It was like so above level, So anyway, Van Lathan, TMZ. Okay, now you're having an interview. You don't invited Mr. West into your into your place. He's your guest, and you don't last 5 minutes. Okay. How about I tell you what? 30 minutes. If the interview lasted that long, I don't even think it did. Okay, but you don't even last 30 minutes, and you jumping up crying. What part of the game is that? I've never seen an interview where the interviewer jumps up and starts crying. Okay, crying, he's, Stop it. And then to top it off, here comes Steve Harvey. Oh, I'm sorry, not Steve Harvey. Hey, Steve. Here comes, what's his name? Harvey. Here comes Harvey, later on. Here comes Harvey with a video patting Van on the back. when he didn't do his job. Okay, that wasn't his job. Okay, I understand. You get upset. Okay. Mr. West makes a statement. He says 400 years, slavery 400 years, that sounds like a choice, right? Okay. So then, then TMZ jumps up, starts crying. You hurt me. Right? He jumps up with all of that. Now, that would have been a perfect time. I mean, it didn't have to go down like that. I mean, what a performance. What a performance. Okay? That was a time where you go in and you continue on in your interview and you say, well, what do you mean, yay? What do you mean by that? Remember that show? I forget the little boy's name. He was a little boy, Gary. I forget. But he was on some show. It was some show, and it had the two black boys. And sometimes, one of the famous things that came out of that show was when the kid would say something to the other kid, and so then, Gary Coleman, I think that was him, Gary Coleman. So then he say, "What you saying, Willis? What you saying, Willis?" That's all you had to do. That's all Van had to do was say, "What do you mean, Kanye? What do you mean, Ye? What do you mean, Mr. West? Whatever you call him. What do you mean by that?" And you could have had a discussion. That's what it is. You could have had a debate about that. That would have been nice. Okay, that would have been nice to have a debate like that. Okay, so I'm just showing. So then, in the end, Van Lathan with TMZ, no, he did not do his job. Right? Okay, I'm done. Okay, he did not do his job. But he gets patted on the back. Tell me where that makes sense. I don't see where it makes sense. See? Okay, so now let me see. I don't know. I'll play around with my hair. Let's see what I'm going to do. Pull some of this out. Da-da-da. And let me see. Oh, well, see, I'm recording, and so, I can see myself. It's like having my mirror, even though I can't tell. Okay, so you understand. That's what made Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club. That's what made his interview so outstanding. And then what I did, okay, his interview was first. Then was TMZ interview. And so what I did, I got my, I got my team. I got a couple of people on my team, and I said, look up Charlamagne and let me know what he's saying about this stuff. Tell me what he's saying about it. So, they looked it up, people on my team. My kids. That's my team. That's my team, okay? Okay, I got a couple of my kids, look this up for me, So they, look it up. And so, I don't know, I forget where it was, but basically what Charlamagne said was, had the interview and blah, 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 and something about some Gemini, and, he didn't have a clue. Okay, so, so I was like, yeah. Because, see, I'm like, oh, wow, this is great. Look at how, and so then that's an added plus because his character, Okay, his character showed that, he didn't turn around and say, "Oh man, yeah, Ye is effed up," or A is what the L. He didn't do any of that. So that speaks to his character. That speaks to his level of understanding and his ability to respect the people that he's interviewing. So I'm gonna tell you right now, Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club, he needs a raise. Okay, give him a raise. Okay, because that was excellent. That was the best interview of the year. Maybe the last 2 years. That's the best interview that I have seen in a long time. That's like, it had a purity to it. Whether it was his skill or his talent, I don't want to see it as skill. It's because it may be just something natural that he can do. Because in order to carry out like that, carry on, in order to get through an almost 2-hour video with a person that cannot be managed at their own admission, but he manages to get through an almost 2-hour interview, and then hear this this guy over here, he can't get through 15 minutes. Maybe it was 30. I don't know. But either way, you can't get through an interview in the right way, and then you get patted on the back because you didn't do your job right. You didn't do your job right. Harvey, and what I would say is for Van to make sure that he sticks with TMZ, because I don't see anyone else hiring him to perform interviews, because they know that he has the propensity to start crying, and tell how hurt he is. All right, take care.